My name is Brooke Valenta. As a teacher, I know that it's very important to be collaborative because the education system has so much diversity. There is a lot of difference in opinions, different teaching styles, different philosophies. I personally work well with other people because I can make compromises easily. I'm flexible. I learn quickly and I'm adaptable. I meet the instructional needs of all learners by understanding that every learner learns at a different rate, has a different style of learning, has different challenges, has different skills, and that's okay, and I just have to meet them where they are. The evidence that I use for my teaching is called conscious discipline. One of the many things that I've learned through conscious discipline is that you have to regulate yourself before addressing a behavior and how to model that regulation for children. An example of a child that I'm working on conscious discipline with is a little girl in my classroom right now who has endured some trauma, and that's impacted her social emotional skills. One thing that I do when she's having a hard time is I get at her level and I take deep breaths and I share my calm with her. After she's calmed down for a bit and her body language shows me that, I offer her a hug. She usually at that point tells me that she misses her mom or she misses her dad. I validate that. I tell her that they miss her too. I tell her that she's safe at school with Miss Brooke. I tell her that her parents will come at the end of the day. That has worked really well for her. Another thing that works really well for her is giving her choices because she needs to have a good sense of control. So for an example, right now she's needing to stop what she's doing during the day and take bathroom breaks. And she has a hard time leaving her play. So what I will do is I'll give her a choice. Would you like to go now or would you like to go after this friend? And then she usually chooses to go after her friend. After her friend has gone, I say, okay, your friend's gone to the bathroom, now it's your turn. And she typically stops what she's doing and goes to the bathroom. Another thing that works really well for her is giving her a sense of responsibility in the classroom. One example is that she loves to be the line leader. She used to need to hold the teacher's hand to walk down the hall, and now she walks very confidently down the hall. So those are all examples of how conscious discipline has really helped a learner with diverse needs. Classroom management is very important to me. A classroom management that doesn't have effective classroom management, a classroom that doesn't have effective classroom management can often feel kind of chaotic. And the goal to get students to learn is to help them feel safe and secure. I have classroom management through a couple of different things. One is that I want my classroom to feel like a community, and I want the kids to have individualism and responsibility. So they have their own roles in the classroom and they have goals that they work towards together in the classroom. Another thing that's really important is structure and routine. The kids should know what their routine is. I like to have a visual routine to make it that much easier. If there's going to be a special event, going over it days ahead of time so that they understand how that will look. Kids need to have a predictable future, and I think providing that is good classroom management. The last thing I will say that's really important is having that structure, having rules that the children know what they are. In fact, I think that they should be a part of that decision process of making the rules. But the children should know what the rules are and what the consequences are if they don't follow those rules. And lastly, I think one thing that's really important with classroom management is positive reinforcement. So for example, the positive reinforcement that I use in my class right now is we have a Mr. Potato Head, and the kids vote on what they would like a party to be. It could be a pajama party. It could be make your own pizzas, fort party. We vote on what our party will be, and then each time the class completes a goal together, like say they clean up the room and everybody does their part cleaning up, they earn a piece of the potato head. When the potato head is all full, they earn their party. And they really like this, and it does help build that sense of community while also reinforcing those behaviors that we want to see in a classroom.